Smart24.
Welcome back from that short break. We'll be going straight up to the Johannesburg Securities Exchange.
Well, we had a lot to cover on ground as of today, but the Johannesburg Securities Exchange is a significant player on the global financial markets, and it's actually important to understand the dynamics that are playing in this exchange. But the Johannesburg Securities Exchange has come a really, really long way, and this is since its inception. And actually, in 2003, they launched the Alternative Exchange, and it's often referred to as the Alt-X or ALTX, or the Growth Board. But this pattern actually caters to small and mid-sized listings. They have actually been continuously innovating to meet the diverse needs of investors.
That's right, Victor. And in addition, actually, the Alt-X, they introduced the wild field and the interest rate and currency instruments. So the diversification also allows traders and investors to access various assets on the market in one place.
Well, actually, that is right. And it remains essential, Gloria, to mention that the JSE isn't just about equities. And, you know, most of the stock exchanges on the continent actually globally are mainly about equities. But they've actually expanded their offerings to cover a broader range of financial markets. And today, the Johannesburg Securities Exchange provides access to equities and bonds, as well as financial commodities and interest rate derivatives. And it remains a really comprehensive suite of financial products.
Interesting, Victor. Now, looking at these various individual stocks on the JSE, we have a lot to cover. So, but we'll be in touch with a few notable ones, right, Victor?
Indeed.
So, starting up with our ABSA Limited with a ticker symbol of ABG. Its banking giant also saw around 696 traded shares, which the closing price of around 178.91 South African rands, reflecting a 0.91 increase in their share price.
Well, the banking sector is always closely watched on the market, and I remember stating this especially within the Uganda Securities Exchange. But positive movements in these stocks are actually often seen as signs of economic health. And also, let's look at another financial sector company, the Standard Group, which actually had 2,633 trades, closing at 141.05 rands.
Exactly, Victor, and it's also essential to diversify beyond the financial sector. So looking at the resource sector, we have Anglo American. It's actually a mining powerhouse that saw around 2,321 traded shares and closed at 487.60 rands per traded share. So resources can actually be highly cyclical and often tied to commodity prices.
Indeed, actually, and resources are a really significant part of the South African economy, and this sector's performance can really be linked to global demand and commodities. But looking at companies like Naspers, which had 894 trades, it closed at 1,776.56 rands, and Naspers has a multinational conglomerate that invests in internet and entertainment companies. But it's a great example of how the Johannesburg Securities Exchange has evolved to include tech and media companies.
Exactly, and let's not forget about Sasol, the integrated energy company. So Sasol saw around 893 traded shares and closed at 239.00 rands per share. So the energy sector is closely connected to global oil prices and can be influenced by various geopolitical factors happening.
Certainly, Gloria. Actually, yeah, and now coming from that, shifting our focus to the broader market, we're looking at the trading summary for Thursday, and that is as of November 2nd, 2023, and we can see that a total of 285,356,529 shares were traded in 402,616 deals, with a total market value of 19,177,997,276.74 rands. That is a really significant amount of activity.
Exactly, and it's impressive to see how volume and value of trades on the JSE are traded, and this exchange plays a vital role in the South Africa's financial landscape, Victor.
Yeah, it's as actually for the equities, we're looking at the Johannesburg Securities Exchange, and 313 listed stocks participated in the trading, and we're already noticing that there are actually a number of stocks participating, so there's activity, and this market is alive from the time it opens to the time it closes. But as we're looking at the listed stocks participating, it is quite interesting to note that 218 ended up as gainers and 71 experienced price decreases.
Exactly. Now, talking about the gainers for a moment, we have Choppies Enterprises that saw a remarkable share price increase of 19.64%, closing at 0.67 rands per share. What a day for Choppies, Victor.
Indeed, but it's a significant gain there, and additionally, Finbond Group and Collins Property Group also saw notable gains of 17.24% and 14.75% respectively. So these numbers are actually reflecting some of the really exciting opportunities in the market.
Exactly, and on the flip side, we saw some companies facing a rather tough day in the market. We have Trustco Group Holdings that was at the bottom of the list with a share price depreciation of 46.67%, closing at 0.32 rands per share. So such fluctuations actually are a stark reminder of the risks associated with investing in the stock market.
Indeed, but looking at the updates from our main source, we're actually seeing that Growth Point Properties recorded the highest volume of trades, which was 29.7 million traded shares. Now, just a little feedback on Growth Point Properties, and I remember we've actually talked about it. I think within the previous week we mentioned something about Growth Point Properties, but they're mainly within real estate, and they have a really diverse portfolio that really calls for all investors to look into. But they have a total property portfolio of about 139.4 billion, and they're actually the largest South African listed property company, and they own portfolios of 450 directly owned properties in South Africa, and that alone is valued at 78.3 billion rands. 57 properties are valued at 38.7 billion rands, and that is 66.0% of investment in Growth Point Properties Australia. But just to come from all that information and go straight to the numbers, we are looking at a share price of 10.49. Gloria, could you please give us an insight on this particular share price?
Well, Growth Point Properties actually closed this last trading day at 10.37 rands per share on the Johannesburg Securities Exchange. This actually recorded around 4.4% gain over its previous closing price of 9.93 rands. So Growth Point Properties actually began the year with a share price of 14.54 rands, but has since lost 28.7% over that share price valuation, ranking it the 348th on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in terms of year-to-date performance.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, Growth Point Properties, regardless of that, it remains one of the most traded stocks on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange over the past 3 months. But the GRT has actually traded a volume of up to 1.01 billion shares in 215,664 deals valued at about 10.8 billion rands, and that is just over that period. But this is bringing us to an average of around 16.1 million traded shares per session, as well as a volume high of 93.3 million, and that was achieved as of October 18th. And they actually have a low of 3.86 million on August 29th, and that is of the same period.
Interesting, Victor. Now that wraps up our short summary from the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and we push it to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, which is also another significant player when it comes to Africa's financial landscape and dynamics. So what could you have for us, Victor, for this update?
Well, as of today, the Nigeria Stock Exchange actually remains a critical player in the African financial markets, and the Nigeria Stock Exchange maintains 3 categories of listings, namely the premium board and the main board, as well as the alternative securities market. And each category actually caters for different types of companies, from large to established ones to smaller and high growth businesses.
Interesting, Victor, and it's also important to have this diversity to care for a wide range of companies in the market, and these segments actually do this and provide investors with a variety of options to choose from.
Now let's take a closer look at some of the individual stocks on the Nigeria Stock Exchange, starting with Abbey Mortgage, that is Abbey Mortgage Bank PLC, which actually goes by the ticker symbol Abbey BDS, and it actually saw a trading volume of 250 and closed at 1.86 Nigerian naira per share. And interestingly, it had no price change as of today.
It's actually fascinating to see and observe the stability of these various stocks in the market. On the other hand, we have Associated Bus Company that has a substantial volume of around 1,472,926 and a closing price of 0.79 Nigerian naira. So it's actually not worth it like this is often with a higher volume and there's no change in this price, however.
Well, but I'm moving on to no, actually, before we move on to the next entity, just to go a bit back into your previous statement on the Associated Bus Company, and the substantial volume of 1,472,926 is actually a big number, and I just wanted to highlight that it is really coming up within the past 24 hours. It has been showing some promising results, and as this week's last trading day closes, we are sure by the open of Monday it will have brought up some good results. But we still remain highlighting that the market is really volatile, and everyone has their own decision, everyone has their own goals and level of risk tolerance. So you can make your own estimates, make your own calculations, and know how best to attack this. But just moving on to another really good stock that caught our eye. We're looking at the Academy Press, and it had a trading volume of 236,005, and it closed at actually 1.90 Nigerian naira per share. So this stock actually saw a positive change of 0.17 Nigerian naira, and these are the kind of moves that traders look for.
Another interesting one. And now let's move to Access Holdings PLC with a ticker symbol of Access Corp, with a massive trade volume of around 24 million. However, it ended with a closing price of 17.40 Nigerian naira, reflecting a decline of 0.50 Nigerian naira in its stock price. So the banking sector often commands significant trading volumes.
It does. But African Alliance Insurance had a trading volume that saw no change, and it is a clear example of actually how not all stocks experience the same level of volatility, and some can actually stay at one place for a really, really long period of time. But as an investor that is looking for higher returns, you are not going to look for a stagnant stock. You're going to want to get the experience and increase your risk so that you can increase your level of returns, but as well maintaining diversity.
Interesting. And we have Agricultural Corporation and Insurance that had a trading volume of around 4,700,000 and ended with a closing price of 0.70 Nigerian naira per stock. This actually brought it to a slight drop of 0.01 Nigerian naira. So insurance stocks are often more and often capture the attention of various investors who are looking for stability.
Another really interesting one is Airtel Africa, and we could not close today's show without talking about it. Their trading volume as of now in Nigeria alone is at 43,607, and this telecommunications giant actually closed at 1,694.10 Nigerian naira per share, and it is quite a price for a share. But interestingly, it had no price change, and the telecommunication sector is with actually substantial market influence.
Exactly, and we have aluminium extrusion industries with a ticker symbol ALEX. It actually closed at 6.50 Nigerian naira per stock, but with no traded volume. It's also an example of another stock that might actually close a day or a daily trading day, but without a significant change.
We should also mention one more notable stock, which is Baga Paints, and it had a trading volume of 602,650 and closed at 13.70 Nigerian naira, reflecting 0.70 Nigerian naira increase. But the paint and coatings company play a really, really crucial role in various industries. But talking about the cement sector as well, we have BUA Cement, and it saw a substantial trading volume of 1,982,701, but saw a price drop of 2 Nigerian naira, and of course closing at 105 Nigerian naira per share. So cement also is a crucial building material in any developing economy.
And a company like BUA Foods is part of the food industry. It also saw a trade volume of 67,144 and closed at around 202.80 Nigerian naira with no change. So food companies are often seen as stable choice for investors, actually.
But Gloria, actually diving into the broader market summary, according to the Nigerian Securities Exchange trading summary as of Thursday, November 2nd, 2023, a total of 525,457,392 shares were actually traded in 8,396 deals, and this was of course corresponding to a market value of Nigerian naira 6,088,511,674.36. Compared to the previous trading day, we're actually seeing a 13% decline in trading volume, a 45% decrease in the turnover, and a 13% improvement in the number of deals.
Interesting, Victor, and this demonstrates the importance of just not looking at the trade volume, but also considering the total market value of a particular exchange. So it's essential for investors to actually analyze both aspects and not look at just one aspect. So looking at the market capitalization, Victor, what do we have?
Well, as of today, as of now, the market capitalization still stands at 38.5 trillion Nigerian naira, and this is a significant number, and we can all testify that it really showcases the size and importance of the Nigerian Security Exchange to the Nigerian economy.
Thank you for those insights, Victor. Well, that wraps up our summary concerning the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and we'll be back with more insights concerning Bitcoin with a guest. Stay tuned into Smart24 TV. Thank you.
Smart24, driving business.
Anachinda speed. Mpayo ntya kumbaga ya mwenemu ngankozesa momope.
Iwe joyete bantu bawayo. Owayo kya oli ne sente.
Ndi mu mutwalo.
Mutwalo nga gutwelewo.
Mutwalo nga guvaawa.
Leta amoni. Go amakaliba kodi omutwalo gwa kuzire meka.
Oba itano oba mukaaga awo ati wagati.
Zero diswike 3.
Logo mutwalo gwendi.
Mulagirire.
Mukone gasta ndala mukaaga 5.
Ndala mukaaga 5. 3.
Yo ash. Yes.
Merchant code.
Eta merchant code ya tamu ensanvu. Sanvu emirundi 3.
Negaawo tamu esente doli kuwayo.
Guno mutwalo gwemba kodi.
Tamu pini yo totulimba.
Gogo mazo saso. Buji. Kyabazinga nebazizi.
Kisada kiri ne sente.
Kisada kiba musente.
Munne ekisada kigayiga.
Mutwalo gutidu.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
This is Jordan. When it comes to classwork, Jordan is magic. Jordan shines. Jordan makes his peers better. Jordan is a true leader. White Star Magic family. Be a leader. Be magic.
Luxury redefined at Seasand Hotel as you indulge in the splendor of elegant living fit for the royalty that you are. Step into comfort, pampering and blissful customer-centric service as you select from our range of comfy, exquisite living quarters furnished to meet with your royal preference. Surrounded by scenic beauty, our tropical setting allows you to escape the glamorous ordeal of city life. Our ambient green gardens will guide you to a place of revitalizing rest. The 3-star restaurant caters to your palate, serving your choice menu ranging from exotic cuisines to local delicacies. Our chefs will serve you full-course meals for a truly out-of-this-world culinary experience. Our fully stocked bar to whet your throat, from renowned global brand whisks, brandies, gins, beers and wines to our locally celebrated beverages, you will not lack for any brewage. It's an all-new experience in the East at Seasand Hotel. So visit today at plot 15 to 19 Spire Road, Ginger, or contact us on +256 751 719 960 and +256 785 354 614 for reservations. Seasand Hotels, luxury redefined.
Farming practices are evolving in incorporating new technologies to address the challenges of agriculture, especially in arid regions like United Arab Emirates, UAE. UAE's commitment to modern farming techniques is essential for ensuring food security and sustainability. The UAE has embraced modern farming practices, which likely includes hydroponics, aeroponics, and other advanced technologies to grow crops efficiently in desert environments. The adaptation of modern farming in desert areas is crucial for countries like UAE, where traditional agriculture may not be feasible due to limited water resources and harsh environmental conditions. Mentioning the world's largest vertical soliless facility in Bostania showcases the innovative approach to agriculture. Vertical farming allows for maximization space and resource efficiency, producing an average of 3,000 leafy greens daily in a significant accomplishment. This efficient production can help meet local demand for fresh produce and reduce the need for imports. Saving 95% less water is a remarkable achievement. In water-scarce regions, conserving water resources is crucial for sustainable farming. The absence of pesticides highlights the commitment to environmentally friendly and sustainable farming practices. The UAE's investment in modern and sustainable agriculture is not only beneficial for the country's food security, but also serves as an example for other regions facing similar challenges. This technology-driven approach to farming can potentially be a solution to global food production issues, especially in areas affected by climate change and water scarcity. Bostanica translates to your garden in Arabic, reflecting the farmer's mission to provide fresh and locally grown produce in the urban setting. Bostanica holds a distinction of being the world's largest vertical farm, covering a vast area of 330,000 square feet. It is a significant investment in modern agriculture. The facility represents a substantial investment of approximately $40 million. This substantial financial commitment highlights the importance of vertical farming in the future of sustainable agriculture.
Bostanica